The age-old CICO. Calories in, calories out, CICO. Law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It has to be transferred. So therefore, we know that if you eat more than what you are burning, you will gain weight. If you eat less than what you are burning, meaning calories out versus calories in eating, you will lose weight. There are situations that make it more difficult for lifestyle factors. For example, let's say you're going through menopause, you're perimenopause, you're tired, you're not sleeping as well, now you're tired, you have less energy, your hunger is increased, now you're eating more because of that and working out less. Calorie deficit still applies. There's factors that make it more difficult for you to do the things that create a calorie deficit, which is usually generally nutrition. Exercise should really not be looked at ways to lose weight. Exercise should really be looked at as a way to improve cardiovascular health, to build muscle and whatnot. It really should not be looked at as a way to lose weight. So with that saying, it's 80%, majority of it is your nutrition. So I have a lot of people who would be like, I was eating 1,200 calories and I wasn't losing any weight. That's because you weren't eating 1,200 calories, which most people should not be on 1,200 calories, by the way, so don't take that as gold. If you are not losing weight on the amount of calories you're eating, it's because you're not eating what you think you are and you are eating more than what you are burning. There is no way around that. It's physics. We cannot... people will argue calories in, calories out. It is what it is. I just did a post on the intermittent fasting. I went into it on the post if you want to look at that one. Talking about yes, can you use intermittent fasting for weight loss? Yes, but it works because you're cutting your calories and you're in a calorie deficit. The only way keto diet worked for you for as long as it did, which probably wasn't very long, possibly, I don't know, because you were in a calorie deficit. You cut out a whole food group. You only ate meat and cheese for a while. That was more satiating for you. You weren't able to mac down a box of crackers or whatever. Let's say you did a vegan diet and you lost weight. It wasn't the diet. It was the fact that you were in a calorie deficit. However you want to package that, that is the only way to lose weight. Let's say you got cancer and you lost your appetite and you're not eating. You lost weight because you're in a calorie deficit. Say you have a thyroid issue and you're hungry all the time and you're eating more, same. And this is why I say intermittent fasting has a place for people, but in this arena, you and me and this arena, this is not the place, because we want a consistent influx of amino acids to build muscle for recovery. We're moving a lot, we're active, we're training, we're trying to go for races and whatnot. That is not ideal situation. Intermittent fasting works for people. Some people works great, because if they just block out a time frame of the day and say I don't eat during that time, they're able to maintain their weight or stay in a calorie deficit for fat loss for short periods of time, and that works for them. But again, this is not the population where that's a good idea. Also, all the studies that have been showing intermittent fasting makes you live longer. Intermittent fasting helps people stay within their appropriate calorie ranges, and therefore being a leaner body mass does prolong life, but it's not the intermittent fasting itself. It's also not a good idea to be in a calorie deficit for a long period of time. Your metabolism is going to adjust to what you throw at it. Your body has a main goal of homeostasis, which is basically maintaining where all the systems are working together. If you try to throw that system out of whack and you force calorie deficit, your metabolism is going to downregulate to the point where you don't have a lot of energy, you don't really feel like working out. It's not a good idea to try to lose weight for long periods of time. That's why we take diet breaks. That's why we, some people do refeeds or, stuff like that. But that is not what we're talking about here. Heavy training and these situations do not go together. So yeah, any more questions? Did I cover it all? Did I get it all?